Hello everyone, this is Mike Berry, the county agent here in Comanche County, Texas. This is January the 27th, and we've got a northwest wind blowing straight from Montana. It's pretty nippy out here. I hope you can hear me over the wind blowing through the microphone. We're out here at our small grain forage trials. These were planted on September the 30th, and we did our first harvest. Oh, it was a week before Christmas, just a few days before Christmas. So it's been just over a month since these were first harvested, and they're coming on some. Our moisture situation now is way better than it was on the last video. We had a couple of inches of rain followed by 4 inches of snow, and then we had another 8 inches of snow. And then last week we just had kind of sprinkles and mist all week long for about a ½ an inch total. But anyway, things have changed around moisture-wise a whole lot. But I don't have the data from the first cutting yet, the weights, but again, we have cut this once. Just been a little over a month. We're kind of trying to mimic a grazing situation by doing multiple cuts. We'll be cutting this again probably mid-February, I believe. There'll be enough forage out here to cut again. So I'm going to go through these again. These are our county trials that I'm going through. We also have back there the state replicated trials. There's about 40 some odd of those, and we have some cover crop trials with the Noble Foundation out there as well. We've got 20 varieties here in the county trials. All of the varieties, both county and the state, are replicated 3 times in this set of trials, just in case there's any variance in soils or anything like that. All right, we're going to start out here, and with this high wind, my signs are blown over, but this first one is Nelson. It's a ryegrass, and it has come back and is doing okay. For the cold weather we've had, it's doing pretty good. This next one is Green Hammer. Green Hammer is a hard red winter wheat. Looks really good. It's come back really well. And then we have Walken. Walken's a oat, and it's doing good. Looks like it might have a little bit of frost injury on some tips of some leaves. We had a 22-degree morning, maybe a couple of them there a while back. And then we have Slick Trit. Slick Trit, this is Slick Trit 2 actually. They never do really good till near the end of the trials, and then they really come on. But it's tillered a lot. You can see it's sure thick. And then Winter Grazer Rye. Excuse me, it's looking good. I hope y'all can hear me. This wind is howling. My hands are ice cubes. Then we have Elbon Rye, which everybody's heard of Elbon. It's the oldest rye out there. It always does well. And then we have this NF is a triticale bred by the Noble Foundation. It's come back really good, tall. What is this one? Okay, these next two are barleys, and they're still experimental barleys. And again, I don't usually put experimental varieties in our county trials. We usually keep those in those state trials back there. But we needed a couple of barleys to put in these trials, and both of these are probably going to be released in the next year or two. We've had some good luck with some of the barleys. It's so cold I can't talk. With some of the barleys in our trials. I can't recall the name of the one that we used for a couple of years right now. It did really, we had it in there for 5 or 6 years and was a good performer, but we finally went ahead and took it out because we'd had it in there so long. If you're interested in knowing, I can get you. But these are 2 A&M experimentals that are due to be released probably this year, hopefully. And that may depend on the data we get from them this year, whether they're released or knocked back. But as far as data, they've been producing a lot of forage, and that's why we went ahead and included them. This is Tamo 606. Tamo 606 is an oat. I had to remember. SY Razor is a good beardless hard red winter wheat. There's a lot of it grown in our area. It's come back very well. Marshall Ryegrass. You wouldn't expect the ryegrasses to be doing a whole lot yet. They'll really come on a little later in the spring, but it's come back and it's doing quite well. Now this is, you can see on there, that's the experimental name for this variety. It comes from Oklahoma, OSU, but it is now a name variety. It is a hard white winter wheat. First time we've had a hard white winter wheat in these trials, and it looks really good. And in the research I've done on this particular variety, it shows to be a good variety, especially in dual purpose applications. If you had need for a hard white winter wheat, if you had a baker facility around or something that could utilize that grain. But forage wise, it's also beardless, which everybody here likes a beardless in case something happens and you can't harvest when you want to, and you wind up with the head on there. You know, when you have to cut it for hay or something, then you don't have them awns on there. But it is a beardless, hard white winter wheat. It's going to be interesting to see how it does. It was just released, and I still have the experimental name on there, but the name of it is going to be Big Country. That's actually the name of the variety now. Next we have Tam 204. Is a older hard red winter wheat from A&M. An older release. It always performs well. It is also a beardless variety. Does really well for us. SY131 is a triticale. It's come back. It's tall. Looks good. Tam 114 is a hard red winter wheat. Another older variety. It's been around for a while. This is Oaks. It is a soft red winter wheat. It's the only soft red winter wheat we have in the trials, but it usually does well for us. This is one I haven't had in here before. It's Florida 501. It's an oat. Fellows from Turner Seed asked that I include this one. Says it's done really well for them, so we've got it in there. We'll see how it does. Heavy Grazer 2 is another oat that I know has done well in our area. It's been exceptional here in the county the last few years on our trials and for producers. So we expect it to do well again. Okay, here's another new variety for us to have in the trials. OK Corral is another beardless hard red winter wheat. It's supposed to be a really good forage wheat. And it's beardless, so that's good. You can see, unfortunately, we left some forage there on the ground when we harvested and got some yellowing right there, but that's not because of the variety. That's because we left a bunch there. I pulled it off. Hopefully it'll get some sun and come back there. But anyway, it looks like it's going to be another good one, and again, it is beardless. These are our trials right now. We'll be harvesting again probably about mid-February, and then we'll do a final harvest probably sometimes in April. Kind of trying to mimic a grazing situation. Everything looks really good here now. Thank gosh for this great moisture we've had. Boy, it's been amazing. What a change we're in from a month and a half ago. All right, everyone, that's it from here in Comanche County. Hope you have a good day.